BWG. BWG. BALD. WG.
Ip.
You went with the two juicies today? The little juicies?
Do your best dirt bike impression. What happened? What was the tit?
That's when it couldn't shift gears properly.
Okay.
It got stuck between first and second.
What is this? Episode number 28?
7.
I actually have no clue. Let me look.
I think 8.
I think it's 28. Episode number 28 of Bald with Glasses.
Favorite sports player 28? Anybody? I can't think of any.
What is the number 28? Anybody? Anybody got a 28?
Got one for
Adrian Peterson.
That's a good one.
28?
Isn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
I'll fact check it.
Fact check it. We got time fact checking.
Which
Episode
team?
number 28.
Which team, Adrian Peterson?
I think Vikings. He was 28.
That's where it only matters.
Anyway,
Anywho.
welcome back. Episode number 28. Thanks I don't think we've done this in a while. If you're watching, we appreciate you.
We do. And we also appreciate every single one of you. 41 subs so far on YouTube. If you want to be the 42nd, 43rd, or 44th, let us know.
We'll do, you know what we'll do? We'll do like Ponzi scheme, like pyramid scheme style.
That's a good
where if you get 10 people to follow, we'll send you something. And then those 10 people get 10 people. We'll do it
Yeah.
like that. Sort of like how they do with like brand ambassadors at colleges, where
Right.
they don't actually pay them. They just like try to get them to
Or like a new makeup, like kind
like
of
one
makeup
those,
or
what are
fragrance
they?
or
What are they?
thing.
What's like the popular one? Number 28, Adrian
28,
Peterson. We
yeah,
got
and the Vikings.
confirmation.
Yep.
AP.
Call.
Thank you.
That's a good.
There's
probably-
that photographic memory
yeah,
we talked
I mean,
about.
he's got it.
All right, so yeah, thanks
you
for
all. We
watching.
love you all. Let's get it
Also, if
cracking.
you're a listener, subscriber, follower, enjoyer of said show, go to lizardmill.com. Promo code BWG10, BWG10 for 10% off your order. This stuff, when I tell you, the other day I was broke my Fight the Fat,
Yeah.
and I
As
had
we all do.
a couple little at-home mini quesadillas with some rotisserie chicken in them.
Oh,
Sounds so
Oh,
good.
they were so good. And I didn't have anything to put on them, so I thought, and I was like, oh shit, I got some Lizard Mill.
You ran out
Went
to the
in.
studio and grabbed some?
No, I have more in the fridge.
Nice.
I'm double dipping. So I went in.
the way to do
in and I put a bunch of Lizard Mill on literally every single bite. It is like, it's so good.
It really
Legitimately so good.
So tasty, so good, and so pleasant. Lizard Mill,
And
little kick.
no
Calories.
fake nothing. That's
No
the biggest
fake
thing.
Nothing. No calories. No fake thickeners, sweeteners, artificial flavorings.
No
It's all
dyes,
that-
no nothing.
yeah.
The
It's
best.
beautiful.
The
It
best.
It is the best.
Tommy's been through multiple bottles at his
true.
yob. So
Tommy's,
we're
broke
probably
his
gonna be
bank
getting
account.
some food. I would imagine at some point throughout this recording.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
So if that's the case, we're gonna get down on some little LM.
Little LM.
So that's that.
That's that. What do we got?
Get some
No,
Lizard
you
Mill.
know what? This episode, I think, is 29 because the challenge episode comes out before this episode.
Are you counting that as its own episode though?
Yep. That's how we did the other one.
Then I guess it's 29. I don't like that.
What do you mean?
Forget about it.
Forget
about it. That'll be an
What do we
off-air
got today,
conversation.
guy?
So we just a little rando. We just came back from the
Travelers.
Travelers Championship. We'll pop it up. I got a little
Yeah.
photo with Kevin Kisner. I have my belly out rocking. Kisner in person is very slender, which made me look that much wider.
But you know what? When we talked about it, your eyes were popping.
My eyes were popping. If you
We'll
get a
zoom in on the
in,
eyes.
those baby blues were piercing.
They were nice.
But
and also, what a guy.
Kisner,
Like, what a cool guy.
Such a cool guy. So initially, you weren't overly familiar. Like you heard the name, you sort of knew the
I
face.
seen him on like the Barstool stuff, like
Yeah.
playing with the guys. But I was more excited to see Spieth, who we also were about, 3 feet from.
Yeah.
Which was also really cool.
But
Kizzy.
Kiz is the man.
Kizzy is
He was
taking number
cracking
one
jokes.
spot.
He
Yeah.
was taking pictures, kissing babies, the whole nine. So that was sweet.
But you know who I have a feud with now?
Oh yeah, Andre Tippett.
Andre Tippett.
Andre
put a
Tippett,
picture up.
former NFL player.
So we were watching. We were on. I don't even know what hole that was. 9.
No,
Six?
6 or 7.
He had a shot and went into the sand. He's in the sand and we're literally me and Eric were the only ones like near the area where he hit it. And he walks up to it. He goes, "Oh, geez, oh God." I go, "Talk to it, talk to it." He just goes, "No." And goes
Without
down,
hesitation.
hits a shitty shot, and I almost said, "You should have talked to it."
He was like annoyed
He
with
was-
him when he originally said it. So he goes, he hits it from one side of the green over the green into another sand trap. Was already annoyed, and then came walking in, said something. We both laughed, and
And
I
I
don't
said,
know
"Talk
why.
to
Andrew
it."
goes, he goes, "Talk to it."
You gotta talk
and
to
within like a half a second, no hesitation, he just goes, "No." Turned back around and finished the shot. Hit a
Shanked the
shitty shot.
shot.
Not shanked it, but
He hit a bad shot.
No, it was
He
a
duffed
short.
it.
Yeah, he duffed it.
So I have a rival now.
He's got a mortal enemy.
I think he
Andre
would have
Tippett.
killed me.
If no one was there, if this was an empty course, he would have probably legitimately murdered you.
Realistically,
Still a big guy. Also, we saw Booma, Chris Berman.
Yeah, we saw boom. What?
Yeah, he was. That was a good one. He was.
That was really
I
he
good.
was.
practice it.
He was.
He was looking old.
He was looking.
He was
old.
looking really old.
He hit some good. He had a good
He had a
shot
couple
when we
good
were
shots.
there.
He had
Yeah.
a couple good shots, and
Um,
we couldn't tell if it was him. And he was talking to like another fan, and we just heard the boom voice, and we're like, "Yeah, that's him."
From like 150 feet away. We weren't sure. And then all of a sudden, when we heard him, he was like, and we were like, "Yeah, that's Boomer."
That's boom.
So
So we
that
had a
was
good
cool.
time. The only problem was it was raining, so we got a little damp. But we got free umbrellas.
Yeah, it wasn't that
which
bad.
helped.
Honestly, it
No,
wasn't that bad. It was good. That was the first any type of PGA Tour event I'd been to. I want to go back. It was super cool. When
Yeah.
you do that GA, that general admission, you can just kind of bounce
It's
around,
roam.
watch who you want to watch. So
Yep,
it was cool.
fun.
Very fun. All right, so we're going to get started on today's episode number 29, we think it is.
Yeah.
29 for sure.
29
yeah.
for sure. We get confirmation. So episode number 29, we're going to kick things off with Ask a Friend. We got 1 or 2 riddles from Tom. I have 1 question. You have 1 question?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Tom, hit us with an easy riddle. Easy.
It's easy, but it's long. Ready?
Ugh.
Ready? Mr. Brown was killed on Sunday afternoon. His wife said she was reading a newspaper at the time. The butler said he was taking a shower. The chef said he was eating breakfast. The maid said she had been mopping. And the gardener said he had been planting lettuce. Who did it?
The wife.
No.
Newspapers don't get delivered on Sundays.
They do.
What? Since when?
Read it again.
Mr. Brown was killed on Sunday afternoon. You've never heard reading the Sunday paper?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. That's what I. That's
But
so.
mail doesn't get delivered.
So
on
I talked
Sundays.
to it. Mail does not. You're right.
Okay.
But I talked to my girlfriend and she said that too, and I was like, wait, does it? And then I had to think. And
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
right.
okay. I thought I had it immediately. Okay, go.
Mr.
Sorry.
Brown was killed on Sunday afternoon. His
Okay.
wife said she was reading a newspaper at the time. The butler said he was taking a shower. The chef said he was eating breakfast. The maid said she had been mopping, and the gardener said he had been planting lettuce. Who did it?
Is it the chef because he said he was eating breakfast?
Yeah,
Let's go.
Because it was an afternoon.
because it was afternoon.
That was an easy one.
I like that
and
one.
I got one. Thank goodness.
Damn it! I thought I had it. I was so confident. All right.
That's
You
what
were
get.
close because I almost switched it from the chef to like the wife
I keep
reading
the-
the mail or something like
We'll
that.
keep the trophy over
That's
here.
coming my way.
Yeah, right.
After last
right,
episode.
nerd.
So now maybe we should have done the challenge episode first.
Nah, it's all right.
We'll figure it out.
Figure it out.
All right. Are you going or am I going?
I will go.
Do it.
Okay, just an easy one. I saw it recently
Do
posted.
you have a riddle?
No,
Oh, okay.
just like an easy, quick one. I think it'll be. Would you rather? Would you rather a full head of thick hair for the rest of your life, but you could never grow a beard? So that guarantees you, like right now, you have a full head of hair, but you could maybe not in 5 to 10 years. So this guarantees
20.
for the rest of your life, you have a full head of hair, but you can never grow a beard. Or would you rather have a very full, nice beard, but you could never grow any hair out of your head? Because Tommy said he does have the beard, but he said he doesn't want to go bald.
Yeah, that's. I was gonna say
So-
just the beard, but then I was thinking about it. I could probably rock no beard and have a full head of hair, but I don't.
So what's it gonna be?
But I do love having a beard.
And you got one hell of a beard, Tom.
Thanks, buddy.
Also, he said that what did you say you might shave it for?
You're gonna shave it?
My
No.
beard?
Oh, he said maybe trim it way down. if he gets to 30 pounds down.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Okay, because Eric wanted to see what my chin looked like without a beard.
Oh shit!
Well, I asked him. I said,
Dude,
well,
that'd be
because
crazy.
part of it is like we're all bigger guys. The
Yeah.
beard is helpful in hiding some of that
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh,
So
yeah.
if we get down 30 pounds or whatever, I was like, would you trim it then just to see like what's going
Yeah.
on under there? And he's like, yeah, I might trim it
Damn.
way down, but not like shave it bare, but just trim it down to like
Yeah.
more so, I guess, closer to what one of us has versus
Maybe like a 4 for anybody who gets a barber.
yeah.
Yeah.
A 4. Okay. So
Which is
you would
like
pick,
that long,
Yeah,
right?
it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what would you pick? Which one would you pick? The full hair or beard?
I think I'd pick the beard,
Yeah,
but that's such a tough. Like,
I know.
Would you go bald for the rest of your life? Could never grow a hair on your head again to keep the beard, or would
So
you just
tough.
send it and get rid of the
So
beard?
the one thing that sticks out is when I was at school, when I was also lighter, I had to shave my head for rugby, all that fun rookie shit that happened.
yeah.
As does happen with sports stuff. I had to shave my head, but I still had the beard, and I got a few compliments like, "Damn, like that actually doesn't look bad when you have a beard with the bald head." But years later, during the pandy, I shaved my head, and I was a little pounds heavier, and also I didn't have as strong a beard, and I just hated every second I looked in the mirror. So I think I'd go with hair.
But you also hate even more when you shave your beard.
I know.
Maybe that'd be motivation to keep the pounds off.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I think that's what I'm thinking.
I would do the same thing.
Hair?
I would have full head of hair. Yeah. Full.
Really?
I'm not like I wish I had a full, but if those are the two options,
options, yeah.
I would choose full head of hair, get rid of the beard, and I would just be more motivated to keep the pounds off. So I wasn't all double chinned out.
Yeah, the double chin's never good.
So
All
that's
right.
a wrap. Nice.
That's
so
a
are you
wrap.
choosing beard officially?
I think I'm choosing beard officially. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're gonna rock the bald.
I think I'll have to rock the bald.
I knew
Yeah.
Tommy wouldn't give up on the beard.
Are you? I mean, where are you at with that? If you drop 30 pounds, are you gonna trim it down or what?
Maybe I have to ask Jess, but
Oh, stop.
I do.
Well, she also said she didn't want you to shave your head, and then you shaved it, and it looked good.
Yeah.
Looked real good,
Well,
Tom.
you never know. I don't know if it looked real good. I kind of looked like a naked mole rat with a long,
A long beard.
yeah,
All right, go ahead.
like a turkey.
All right. Speaking of travelers, we saw our boy Kevin Kiz. So would you rather play around with Kevin Kisner?
Oh, this is a new. This is a,
Yeah,
came
I
up
just
with-
thought of it. I mean, I got a late heads up to today's topics. Round with Kevin Kisner or around with all of the foreplay podcast
Kevin Kisner,
boys?
not even fucking close.
Yeah.
Really?
Not even close. I don't like the foreplay guys.
Really?
Yeah.
One of them's kind of like annoys me a little bit.
Riggs?
I don't know their names. But
Trent?
no.
Frankie?
Trent's the only one I wouldn't mind playing.
No, I
playing
know.
with.
I'm trying to
I
find
wouldn't.
out.
I don't
Who's-
think I'd really want to play with you.
Riggs.
You say maybe Frankie from like 5 years ago.
No,
When-
Frankie's great now, though.
Nah, I don't
Is
know.
Frankie Trent's boy?
Yeah, the lefty. He's
His-
the lefty guy with.
His parents own a pizza shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
He's
Malcolm.
he's
I like
all
him.
right.
I like them too.
Yeah.
Who's the big guy who's loud and like kind of?
Oh,
Lurch.
He's too much for me,
Lurch.
man. He's always like got something fucking to say.
Lurch, and then Riggs is the one that has to tell everyone every 5 seconds he went to Harvard.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Good for you, buddy.
Yeah.
yeah. I think I'd go with. I honestly would probably. Initially, I'd probably go with the foreplay guys, but after talking to Kiz or hearing you talk to Kiz and me saying a little something to him, Kiz is the man.
He's the man.
I'm all aboard the Kiz train.
And it's like you're playing with a fucking pro golfer who can
Yeah.
give you like real tips
Yeah.
versus just
Yeah, even like today, he was with it was a pro-am that we went to today, and like the people he was with, like he was like, oh no, like some lady was about to putt, and he goes, oh no, you want to line up this way a little more. Like I thought that was so cool.
He's just a
He
man
was
of the
holding
people.
he pulled the pin out for everybody. I'm like, dude, should be the last guy pulling the pin out for
Yeah.
the group.
Yeah.
And he just sounds, he's just a cool guy. So,
He's the
yeah,
man.
I agree.
To me, that's not even that's the easiest answer I've given you on these questions so
okay,
far.
fair.
Without a doubt, they can fucking kick rocks. Now, if you said like the four, like maybe Prez, Hank, PFT Big Cat, that's a
That's
different
different. That's
story.
different.
I would at least have to think about that. But out of the foreplay guys versus Kisner all day.
Plus, with the other four, I feel like you'd probably be able to beat them, which would be cool.
Yeah. Well, and I think they would also say it like the foreplay guys. I think they would agree to the same thing. Like, yeah, you should play with Kisner if you
Yeah,
have the opportunity.
yeah. I agree.
So, 100%.
All right.
What about you, Tommy? You going Kiz?
Yeah. easily.
Yeah.
Because
The only reason,
Also, you two would be packing heaters like your freaking life depends on
yeah,
it.
100%.
He was today.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a little tin in his
Was
pocket.
it?
Yeah.
I don't know if it was Zin or tin, but he was spitting all day.
Zen or
Brooks,
10,
yeah.
baby.
Brooksy's
Who
always
knows?
got a couple pouches in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, how about that? How about real quick? Design your
Yeah.
dream foursome, yourself included. So 3
Oh,
others.
Shit, I like this. I mean, Tiger.
Okay.
He, like,
I don't
you
know if
have to have Tiger.
I don't know if
Okay.
I'd go Tiger.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I just like he's.
He's kind
Are
of a
you
nerd.
kidding
I'm
me?
trying to have fun, bro.
He's
I'm
a little
not
bit
good.
of a nerd.
Yeah,
he's a little bit of a nerd.
I love Tiger and I love how smart he is and how much effort he puts into the game. But it's like playing basketball with Kobe Bryant. Like the dude would never talk to you and he just fucking.
Yes, he would. No,
he
no,
would
no.
just
He
shit
would.
in your mouth.
He would, dude. Tiger's funny, man.
He had a video where him and David Spade went out and played a round of golf,
Yeah.
and it was a boring ass video.
Did you see the one with him and Dwayne Wade?
I do like
Well,
the
it was better.
matches though with Tiger and Phil, even though I don't really like Phil that much.
I think I would do this. I'd go Kiz. I'd go Tiger Woods, Kisner. I'd probably go. I like Spieth, and then the last one I'd
No,
go.
no,
with-
you can only get 3 because
What?
you're the 4th.
Because you're the fourth.
Oh, I'm the 4th. Okay.
So that's it.
Yeah, yeah.
Kisner,
then
Spieth,
that's
and
fine.
Tiger.
Yeah, yeah. I like
All right.
that. I
What
like
about you,
that.
Tommy?
John Daly.
That's you got
Yeah.
mine.
That's actually
Yeah.
a good one.
I'm
John
going
Daly.
John Daly, Kisner. Sorry, go ahead.
No,
I'm
you finish
interrupting.
yours.
I just asked you.
You got one more.
John Daly, Kisner, and either Brooks or
Yeah, John Daly is a good one.
yeah, definitely John Daly. John Daly, Kisner, and then either Brooks or I mean, we didn't say they have to be tour players. Maybe fucking Tom Brady.
Boo.
No way.
He's
Tom
not
Brady's
a
the man.
golfer.
I mean, he's a
No,
lot
let's
better
do
than
golfer.
us.
Let's do golfer.
All right, if we're doing just golfers, then yeah, I will do that. I'll do Brooks, Kisner, and John Daly.
That's mine too.
That'd be a fun ass. That is
You
yours.
have
Yeah.
the same
Yeah,
one?
that'd be a fun ass.
Kisner's
foursome.
super fun. He likes drinking and he's packing heaters.
Yep.
Brooks is packing heaters and he's a fun guy when he's not on PGA tour, fucking like
Yep.
paying attention.
They're both just guys. They're all 3 of them just guys.
Yeah,
They're
and
just
John
yeah.
Daly's just.
John
I mean,
Daly.
yeah, you can't.
He shows up and he says, "Where's my drinks and what's the course record?"
Yeah, I'm riding.
Yeah,
with,
I
I'm
mean,
riding with.
John
I'm riding
Daly's
with
a good
John.
call.
We're
Yeah.
all playing together. Yeah.
100%.
John Daly.
We might even play best ball. I don't even care.
I would love to play with John Daly. That
Yeah.
might.
Is
fuck,
that
that's a good
supersede? Who are
one.
you kicking out of yours though?
Spieth.
Spieth's got to go.
Sorry, Spieth, but yeah. John Daly.
Tiger Woods, John Daly, and Kevin Kisner.
You gotta have Tiger in your thing, guys. Come on.
Nah.
No chance.
You crazy.
He's a nerd. He's
all right, moving on.
hobbly. He's fucking
He's hobbly. He can't drive apparently.
You guys are idiots.
Crashes his
Not
car
interested.
7 times.
not interested.
Unbelievable.
Still love him to death though.
Yeah.
Great golf
I
player.
mean, he's
great guy.
he's gonna be on my Mount Rushmore of top golfers of all time,
Yeah,
obviously,
100%.
but not the people that I would want to play with the most.
He's funny.
I don't think he's as funny as you think he is.
He's funny. You haven't watched enough YouTube videos.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Anyway,
Tiger.
all right.
Tiger.
Do you have one more riddle? Is it hard?
Yes.
Is it?
This one's
Again?
hard.
All right. Let's go. Let's try to make it quick. We'll give us. I'm gonna set a timer up. I'm just
right.
gonna give us a minute to get it.
What time
we
did
don't
we
wanna
start
go
this?
crazy. For probably 4:40.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yep.
What English word has 3 consecutive double letters?
Is this a real one?
This is a real one. A real word.
Damn it! I've heard this before too. 3 consecutive double letters.
Yep.
It has to be something with 2 O's. Is that right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Coffee.
No.
Well,
Only has 2 consecutive double letters. I think. Yeah. C-O-R.
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
no-
yeah,
there's
sorry,
no double
sorry,
O.
Yeah.
damn. 3 consecutive double letters.
It
Hint.
has an O.
You were right with the double O.
Yeah, I knew that.
Libraries.
Huh?
Libraries.
Oh,
Libraries.
Is the hint.
so it's got to be like book something or other.
Yep.
Shit.
Did you pause the timer?
Yeah, I just started hitting laps, and I got like fucking 45 laps. I'm just gonna stop it. We went over the minute. Something book or book something. Bookkeeper.
That's right.
Let's go.
Book.
Keeper. It's double K, double E, double O.
Nice.
Let's go. Good shit.
Wow. I would
Sweet.
never have got
Libraries. I don't know if I would have got it without libraries.
Yeah, that was the asterisk,
Yeah.
but whatever.
I needed
got
him.
him.
All right.
Got
I'm
it.
2 for 2 today.
That's right.
We
Kicking ass.
are 2 for
We're
2.
a team.
Yes, we are 2 for 2.
What do we
All
got?
right. So we're going to move right into I think we should just move right into let's do fish tank.
Fish
I have
tank.
one quick idea for
I don't
fish
have
tank.
one.
I also don't have. No, I don't have one.
All right, I'll just go real quick then.
We don't need to rush.
I think it should be I think it should be an idea that I had was called faking it. So it's a service where you essentially hire someone who's really good with like Photoshop and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's a way for you to get out of things. So you're like, oh no, I can't go. I'm gonna be in such and such.
That's a great idea.
Or like if you're like, say there's some family fucking thing you don't want to go to. Oh no, we're gonna be in Cape Cod that weekend,
Yeah.
and then you have them Photoshop you really well, like really accurately into a picture in Cape Cod, and then you send it off like we're having such a good time, and it's a very realistic. Like there's no question by anybody. It's like
So I feel like
you
now
don't-
all you need is someone who could make like a positive like Rona test.
oh
That'd be
yeah,
good.
that's true too. You can choose your
get 2 weeks
you
off.
can choose
hold it, like,
you
positive.
can you can choose how you want to fake it.
True.
Yeah, however,
I
whatever.
mean that's
fake
the best
you want.
out.
Yeah.
If
Right?
you don't,
Yeah.
if you don't pay, there's a watermark.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But what do you think? A faking it service. You can get your way out of anything. You just need a couple people that are really good with Photoshop.
That's a good idea because, I mean,
I like that.
I don't know how good the market is for people who are good at Photoshop.
Like I was thinking about it, the whole like stuff with the holidays, like gotta do your family, her family, and then there's this and then
I
there's
don't
that.
like the holidays.
So there was that movie I've seen. You ever seen the movie that's like 4 Christmases or something with Vince Vaughn?
Meet the Fockers.
Not what I said. 4 Christmases. I think it's called 4 Christmases with
Never
Vince
seen
Vaughn, Reese Witherspoon. They every year they would go on vacation during the holidays. Like they would say that they were, I don't know what they would, somehow they would lie and say that they were doing like some sort of charitable work or something, and they were actually just going on vacation.
Instead of
So,
going to like mother's house,
instead of-
father's house, mother's house, father's house.
Right, because
Yeah.
both their parents were divorced.
Yeah.
So they, instead of doing all the 4 Christmases, they would just go away every year and say they were doing charity.
that's cool.
And then one year they got stopped at the airport. Their flights were canceled. They were in like all their beach gear, and they
shit.
like the camera crew went up to them. Anyway,
A young Vince Vaughn.
yeah. I don't think he was that young, but either way, it was that sort of idea. Like I had in my head, like, oh, it'd be really great just to like go away. But then you don't want to be the asshole who's like, oh no, we're not doing Christmas. We're actually just going on vacation, just the 2 of us.
Yeah.
So having some sort of service where you could just be like, find me an out, make it look realistic. Here's $50. Here's
Yeah.
$100.
Yeah.
And get out of all that shit.
I know. It's so bad to say, but sometimes holidays are just like the worst time of year.
I like Christmas at my house. Like
By
I like
yourself?
Yeah.
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 Right. That's
yeah.
what I mean.
Yeah.
Much as I love my
Yeah.
family, sometimes like I feel like it's mostly because like I'm bouncing around between places. I just want to go. If I'm gonna go out somewhere for Christmas, I just want to plant my ass down,
Yep.
not worry about where I'm heading to next
Because
and all
you
that
have
shit.
like 4 or 5 places you need to go.
which I'm grateful for, but also
Oh,
for the
here we
same.
go.
I gotta put that in there. I'm grateful for that, but also like the day of, I don't want to be bouncing.
It's such a
places.
pain in the
It's
ass.
so annoying.
And for me, it's a pain in the ass because my mom is on the other side of the country.
Yeah.
So I got to go down there, and then traveling around that time is so annoying.
Yeah.
And then you got to come back up here, and then there's like, you got to do something on Christmas Eve. You got to do something on Christmas
Yeah.
Day. You got to do.
Yeah, flights to Venezuela are not cheap these days.
What'd you say?
I was gonna say like, you only get a certain amount of time off too. So like, you spend Christmas Eve at one place, then you go to Christmas on another place, and it's not like you had any time off because you were planning and doing shit and
Right.
Right.
bringing
Then
food.
you got to work
and
the
then,
next
Right.
day. It's
Yeah, and
like-
then you got to go to
Well,
work.
and
so
because
it's
it's
not
the
like you get to,
holidays, then you're made to feel guilty if you don't do like
Exactly.
everything. And
Yeah.
it's like I would like to be able to relax on my time off and
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
oh god. That's one thing I said last year. I was like made it very clear I am waking up in my house with my dogs on Christmas morning, period.
I think one goal I have is just to have a nice enough house one day, just to have all the various family members just come on down.
That's our goal.
Just come
So
over.
our goal is to get the house in a doesn't even have to be that central of a location. Get the house and make it apparent very early on. We're hosting this year. If you want to see us, come see us.
That might be like an Airbnb move too. If you don't have a big enough house for everybody,
Rent an
or
Airbnb.
Rent an Airbnb.
Yeah, but then you're stuck with them.
Yeah, but still.
What?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Dude,
true.
you got to have the out.
That's true.
Yeah. You can't,
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. You can't lock yourself into
But if
like
your
a
if
4
your
day
house
thing.
is too far from someone else's, then they're sleeping at your house.
I can't have anyone sleep over.
Yeah.
But you never know.
This dog sleeps in this room. This dog sleeps in this room. We don't have the space.
Fair enough.
Yeah. That's what we want to do. We want to host. So that's my idea. Just some sort of service where you can get out of things.
Get out.
Yeah. It doesn't even have to be family related stuff. It could be work related.
Speaking of Get Out, did you see the new movie that Jordan Peele is releasing?
I
called
saw
Nope?
the. I saw the.
It looks
trailer.
pretty good.
Looks crazy. He's got a wild brain. I'll tell you that much.
He really does.
Yeah.
I also have you seen Get Out? Really?
I don't think so. Maybe, I don't know.
Oh, dude,
You would know if
Get
you
Out's
saw it.
really good.
Was
You
it
should check. You don't like movies though.
No.
He also doesn't like to be told to watch movies. Remember?
That's true.
I just put it in the back of my head and then it floats away.
yeah.
So
You
I
just
will
nod and
I
say,
will,
yeah, I'll watch it.
I will literally forget that you said to watch it.
Well, if you ever want to watch a good movie, Get Out is a good one. He has a new one coming out called Nope, where it's like I don't even know what the fuck it's about.
It's
Aliens,
aliens, and then there's like natural disaster stuff, and it's a whole thing.
Nope.
Nope. Yeah. So anyway, all right. So that's Fish Tank. These Jamooks don't have anything for Fish Tank, which is fine.
Nada.
And then we're gonna go into. I want to go into the best top favorite.
Okay.
So best top favorite of this week is expressions.
Expressions.
So something that you like hearing said, something you say often.
I like
just
this
some of
topic.
your favorite expressions. I have like probably 3, maybe 4 that I say quite a bit, and then a couple others that I've just heard before and I like.
All of mine, I feel like I don't really say, but I've heard and
You just
I was
like them?
Hell yeah.
All right, so we need Stanley D.
I have no hope for
Is
this.
he in the drawer?
Oh, he might have.
You might have just taken
he
a
fell
tumble.
when I dropped all my stuff. Stan Dick.
Give it a roll.
Stan Dick.
Me.
All right. What's it gonna
I
be?
want to go first.
Why? Because you're gonna take mine.
I don't know what
That's
yours
you.
is.
It's me.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll go third.
Tommy second.
All right.
All right, folks, here we go. My saying that I like.
If you fucking take mine, I'll
No, I
literally
won't.
stab you
No,
in the
I
eye.
guarantee you don't have this.
Okay. What
So
is it?
we all know. Let's just be honest here. I got anxiety, all that fun stuff. There is a book that I audibly listened to recently. And the main point of it was this saying, live in the now, which means pretty much don't worry about what the fuck could go wrong, what the fuck you got
Has
going on
gone
in the
wrong.
future, what could go wrong, what has gone wrong, yada, yada, yada. Enjoy every moment, live in the now, and live in the now is a saying that I love, and it's honestly been very helpful, and it's a very good book, and that's probably my favorite saying ever. Just enjoy the moment, don't think about all the bullshit, live in the now.
Very nice. He went serious on the first one.
I'm getting serious. And
Interesting
'cause
choice.
When we thought of expressions, that's
Just kidding.
that's like immediately the first thing I thought of. And
Yeah.
fuck you,
Well, that's
Should get a
good.
tattoo of that.
I might, but it's like kind of basic.
Live in the now.
Right on the back.
Do
of
it
your,
like a
right on
shooting
your lower
star
back.
around it.
A shooting star.
Live in the
All
now,
right,
people.
Live in the now. It's a good one. Tommy, what do you got?
Don't worry about shit.
Start from the left and work right. When you're all right, there's nothing left, right?
Oh, jeez. So
my
many rights in there.
Yeah.
Do it again.
Start from the left and work right. When you're all right, there's nothing left, right?
So what does that mean?
So when you read, when
Yeah.
you start from the left and you work to the right.
Yeah.
When you're all right, like when you're done, there's nothing left, right?
Right.
It's kind of
Yeah.
the same thing as Andrew's thing. It's just start from the left and do what you have to do until it's done, and then when you're all done and you did it all right, you're good.
Nothing left to do.
Cool.
I say it a lot at work because it's like.
Now, do you always do the whole thing, or sometimes you just say start from the left, work to the right?
No, I always do the whole thing.
Yeah.
Start
Yeah.
from the left, work to the right. When there's nothing to the left.
When you're all right, there's nothing left, right?
left, right.
Yeah. I like it.
I like
Yeah.
that
I
like
little
it.
tongue twister too. I like
Yeah.
that.
And it's like I think the bigger thing is like what it means to you,
Yes.
which
Yeah.
is like the
I actually stole it from a guy at work, and it's nice because sometimes you feel overwhelmed. There's a lot of shit to do, but if you just start from the beginning and work to the end, then you get there, and it's all
that.
good.
And there's nothing left, right?
There's nothing left, right?
all right,
What
good
do you
shit.
got, Papa?
So my first one is one that I say all the time. My absolute favorite expression: better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. That is my. I think it applies to everything in life.
Basically,
I would rather
be prepared.
be prepared, and also be prepared, but also be, to me, it's like be proactive. Like, get out ahead of it. Don't be like scrambling, because if you're just prepared ahead of time and you get out in front of it and you're proactive, then you won't come to a situation where you
Have to be
are
reactive.
unprepared or have to be reactive, right? So better to have it and not need it than need it and not have
I
it.
like that. By the way, being proactive rather than reactive is like my go-to line during an interview.
Being proactive rather than reactive.
Yeah.
There you go. That could have been on your list.
It could have been.
I don't know if it's an expression, but all right. So that's my first one. Better to have it, not need it, than need it and not have it. I know Tommy likes that one too. I think he has a variation of that.
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
Should I not
No,
use
no,
it?
no. Well, use it.
All right.
It. But that's
Do what you got to do.
along the same vein. All right. So I'm up on my wraparound.
Yeah, you're on the 2.
Another one that I like that I heard a while back. I forget exactly where I heard. I think I might have even seen it on someone's Instagram. But if everything is jelly, let it jam.
That is a good one.
I like that a
Yeah.
lot. It's just like
I like that.
I think it's kind of like gives off kind of good vibe, kind of.
Yeah.
But I also think it's like there is a bigger meaning to it, where it's like, if everything's going like all right, then don't like stress yourself out about
Yeah,
no reason.
just
Like
let it
if
ride.
everything's jelly, let it jam.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's a cool
all
one.
right, not bad.
Might get that tattoo.
If everything's jelly, let it jam. All
right.
right. Those are my first two
I
off
like
the
'em.
board.
Oh,
Thank
Tom's
you.
up again.
Tom.
Tom.
Um,
Tom.
Tom. Tom.
Tom.
This one's from Letterkenny. I don't know if
Okay.
You guys seen Letterkenny?
I've seen clips online. I've never seen the full thing.
It's how he greets people. It's
Mm-hmm.
just, how are you now?
How are you now?
How are you now?
How are you now?
It's like pretty generally used now for me, where just
Mega
someone,
Canadian.
yeah, just somebody walks up and just like starts talking and just go, how are you now? And they kind of look at you.
Which one
funny.
is the one that says it?
Wayne?
Wayne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never
He's-
got into that show, and Wolf's brother's giving me a lot of shit for
I
that,
have
but
so
I
many,
just
like,
don't.
Like, he doesn't wear a belt, so they always ask him, why don't you wear a belt? You buy pants that fit. That's all he says. Shit like
He's
that.
the one that's he's Shorzy too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a funny character in that.
Super hilarious.
Yeah.
They're
I
always
was
like
listening.
just like. Do you like hearing when hockey players talk shit to each other?
Yeah,
Chirping
I
each
like
other?
those chirps.
It's
I love
literally
that.
like he'll get in an argument with somebody and it'll just be back and forth chirping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
The one with the hockey guys is hilarious. I love those clips from that show.
Yeah.
So that's the same guy. He does the
Yeah.
he's Shorzy is like a
The
different
blonde dude?
character. What?
Is it the blonde dude? The hockey
No,
guy?
no. The main character's name is Wayne. He gets in the argument with the blonde character.
Gotcha.
He's always got the flannel shirt on with no belt and jeans.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a good one.
Yeah.
How are you now?
How are you now?
How are you now?
All right, Andrew.
Mine's similar to yours. I feel like the one that you said, Eric, is
Which one? The first one or
the
second?
jelly jam,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Go with the flow.
This guy.
I mean, I had it written down. Go with the flow. It's
Yeah.
similar also to my first pick. Like, just go with it.
Yeah.
Can't make everything the way you want to be. If shit don't change, we have an error message pop up, but we're good to go. I think you can still hear us. Copy.
Yep.
Testing.
Copy.
Go with the flow. Can't control everything. Let it happen. Let it ride. Also, this isn't even really a saying, I don't think. And I'm just going to say it. You're like half the people that you run into, like on the street, on the golf course, in a restaurant, if you're embarrassed of making a fool of yourself, you're never going to see those people probably again in your whole life.
Mm.
I don't think that's a saying, but that kind of goes
Are
with
you
go
all,
with the
are
flow.
you often embarrassed about making a fool or worried about making a fool out of yourself?
Maybe.
How are you going to make a
Subconsciously.
fool out of yourself though?
I don't know.
Saying the wrong thing, doing the wrong thing.
That's the thing. With anxiety, you think the worst of the worst could happen.
But what's an example of something you think could happen?
I could fucking knock the waitress's drink over and it gets on a random lady and it's my fault and everyone's mad at me. Literally is an example of something that goes through
Everyone's
my head
mad
at
at
a
you.
restaurant. Yes, that's an example of anxiety. So just go with the flow.
You got to
And
flip
also-
it and just scream at the waitress.
just throw it on someone, make it very noticeable. So yeah, we're getting a little deep here. I kind of like it though.
A little more
Alright.
Go with the
serious.
flow.
So that's it. Go with the flow.
Go with the flow. Can't control everything. Whatever happens, happens. And also, this isn't a saying, but
You just said
you're not gonna fucking
like 4 expressions in a row.
go with the flow.
And
yeah,
then-
whatever happens, happens.
Yeah. That's another good one.
Simultaneous.
Yeah, whatever happens, happens. All right, so that's your second.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, and I got another one. Yeah.
Yeah, you got another one on the wrapper.
Hello.
That's
Yeah,
the
I got
third,
con-
and
I
then
got
it goes
confused
to
with the
you
second,
for
yes.
3, and then 3, 4.
Four,
Four,
three,
four.
3, 4.
Fake it till you make it. Another one.
It's true. Oh, that reminds me of one.
Because literally half the time, people just feed off how confident you seem. If you even just speak in a louder tone, people are more likely to believe what you're saying is an actual fact. So just fake it till you make it. It's actually something I learned in one of my classes at school, like for like interviewing and like whatever. Like even if you're just like managing people, just act like you know what you're talking about, and people will believe that you know what you're talking about and just kind of listen to you. So, yeah.
I feel like
Fake
the
it
only
till
way
you make
that backfires is if you're consistently not right.
Or if you
Yeah,
have
true.
someone that's like supremely knowledgeable.
Yeah.
That's not true.
Yeah.
But I would never hire somebody like that.
Just hire a bunch of idiots
Yeah.
until your company collapses.
Never hire someone who thinks smarter than you. That's my fourth saying.
That's like the opposite of what you want to do as a business
I
owner.
know.
All right. So that's your third one? Yeah. Tom, you got your third one coming up.
Mine's a variation of Eric's earlier.
Mm-hmm.
It's rather be looking at it than looking for it.
I like that one a lot,
Yeah.
too.
Just different words. It means the same thing.
Yeah.
But it's like, just be prepared.
Mm-hmm.
There's no sense in not being prepared.
I'd rather be
scrambling.
looking at it in my hand
That's
than being
right.
like, damn, I should have that in my hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could literally use that sometimes my girlfriend goes, "Why do you have that?" I'd rather be looking at it than looking for it.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see that.
I do the same
could
thing.
literally go
It's,
with
it's
anything,
the
yeah.
same exact thing as mine, where it's like, oh, well, you don't need to bring that, or you don't need to do that. It's like I'd rather have it, not need it, than need it, and not have it.
Yeah.
Or if I overpack, we're going camping, we're going on a trip, and I bring something that like maybe don't think I would need to bring.
Yeah.
Well, what if I do need it?
Bring
Yeah.
an extra pair of underwears.
Bring a fucking little bit on the roo.
By the way, if you're ever packing for a trip, bring extra underwear. You never know what could happen.
All right. That's his fifth expression. All right, so it's my third and
Swamp
fourth.
Yes.
I have so many good ones left. Duh.
No, you don't.
I do. Sweating like a whore in church.
That's a good one.
I love that one.
Does that mean you're nervous?
Just means you're sweating.
Oh, okay.
Sweating like a whore
It
in
could
church.
be
I
nervous.
think
It
could be
hot.
nervous.
I thought
Could
it
be
was like
used-
mostly like you're nervous about something.
I don't necessarily think so.
No. Okay.
No, I think like if you're out on the golf course on a 100-degree day and you're sweating, you're like, God damn, I'm sweating like a whore in church.
Fair.
Because she would be sweating in church because she's nervous.
Right.
But,
But
you're
she's still
just
sweating hard.
right. The whole point is like if you're sweating like crazy,
Okay.
I'm sweating like a whore in church.
Okay.
I
Sweating
like
like a
that one.
whore in church. I like
Yeah.
that. I've used that many times.
So then my fourth one, I'll go. All right, this is one that I don't use often, but I've heard and I love it. I actually remembered it because I had it in my notes written down from years ago.
Oh.
Fundamentally thick as pig shit. So that one,
That kind of rolls off the tongue surprisingly nice.
fundamentally thick as pig shit. That's like for just someone who is just so dumb.
Fundamentally thick as pig shit.
Yeah. That's like for a person who just to their core is just so dumb. You're just like, man, that guy is just fundamentally thick as pig shit. I don't even remember where I heard it, but I heard it and I loved it and I wrote it down in my notes and I'm using it. I love that. I love that saying.
That's a good one.
Fundamentally thick as
Damn.
pig shit.
I had one written down. Maybe I'll make it a my honorable mention.
I have 3 honorable mentions.
I'll do this. Shout out Ella. This one is when anyone asks you at the time, you say, half past the cow's ass. She said that like once we were in like a
That is such a Ella
we
thing
were
too.
on a vacation and someone asked her that. And she legit responded, half past the cow's ass.
What is it?
And we
even
were
meant to-
all just cracking
Is it just meant to
up.
be funny or is it? Yeah. I didn't know if there was like an actual
They were
meaning
just like,
behind it.
didn't know how to respond.
Yeah.
And it was funny. And that just reminds me of good old Ella. So I'm
Half
going to
past
do
the
that
cow's
one. That's a
ass.
late call, but yes.
Yeah.
Half past the cow's ass. Anyone
like
asks you
that.
the time, say that.
Half past the cow's ass. That's a good one.
I don't even think it was my turn.
No. it was my turn. Yeah, you skipped
But I
right
doubt
over
you were
me.
gonna take
Yeah.
that one.
No, I wasn't gonna take that one.
I love that you were just dead silent through it though.
Yeah,
You're just
I mean,
like,
we're
I'll
gonna-
let him
yeah.
have it.
He's
All
really
right,
excited about it.
I
go
was.
ahead. Go ahead.
1 minute you're on the road looking at the scenery. The next minute you're in the scenery looking at the road. You ever
That's a
seen
good
that
one.
video?
No, but I like that.
It's deep.
Yeah. Well, it's a guy who's like taking a video on a road, and he's like, 1 minute you're in the road looking at the scenery, and then he pans over to the ditch, and his truck is just in the ditch. And he just goes, another minute you're in the scenery looking at the road.
Yeah. I like that. Pay attention.
Yeah.
Long story
Yeah,
short.
exactly.
Yeah.
Pay
All right.
attention. Shit happens.
Yeah. Yeah,
I think
like
we got
that.
some good ones.
Yeah. What do we have for honorable mensch?
Hold on, first the list.
There it is.
That was a bad snap.
Do you have... that was a lazy snap. Do you have any honorable mentions?
I have 2.
Okay. I have 3. What do you got, Tom?
I have one.
Well, I say this a lot. Don't even start.
Yeah.
I like
Don't even
that.
start.
Yeah. I like that
When I'm
one.
fed up, basically.
Yeah.
My other one is dragging up.
Dragging
I'm
up.
Dragging
dragging
up.
up.
Yeah.
That's from the lineman episode when I'm quitting. Dragging up.
Episode number...
2 or 3?
We'll put
Check
in.
it out. Yeah. Go
fine.
ahead. What do you
So
got?
mine's like a fucking like basic girl like quote, I feel like, but it's also like
Just
so
go with
true.
it.
No. Be the kind of person your dog thinks you are.
Yeah, that is a
That
big
is a good
nice.
one. That's a good
yeah,
one.
but that's nice. But how nice is that?
I like that one, yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice. Your dog thinks you're the shit. Be the person that your dog thinks you are. I like that.
Yeah. Good one. It's a good one. All right, I got 3.
All right.
My other one, I say this probably more than sweating like a whore in church. I really should have just used it. This is one that I got from Papa Strom way back in the day. Colder than a well digger's ass. I love that one. When you're like just outside and you're shoveling or whatever, you come in, you're like, whew, god damn, it is colder than a well digger's ass. I love that one. So that's another one that I've always said, similar to the sweating like a whore in church. Another one that I always like to say is can't get there from here. I like that. So it's just like, you can use it in a couple different ways. You can use it either like literally in terms of like, oh, we should go there. Oh, can't get there from here. But then I also like it in terms of like end goal. Like, you're not going to be able to get there from here.
Right.
You have to do X, Y, and Z before you can make that happen.
It makes sense.
Can't get there from here.
Can't get that one. Yeah.
I like that one. And then my last one that you made me think of when you said the third one.
Half past the cow's ass?
No, that was your last
Oh,
one.
that's a good one, too. I like that one.
Your one before that was...
What was it? Let me see. Go with the flow?
No.
Fake it till you make it?
Fake it till you make it. Made me think of, because of how true it is it's not what you know, but who you know.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that couldn't be more true.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
you can bust your ass, work as hard as you can, and attain a certain level in life. You can work way less hard, know way less, and advance further in your life strictly based off of who you know.
100%.
Like marketing yourself, making connections, having the right kinds of connections are so important in certain industries. In most facets of life, but in specific industries and situations,
Yes.
marketing yourself is very important.
Yeah, 100%.
I think all 3 of us do a good job of that.
Yeah.
I think so.
I think
We're likable.
that
I
you're
think that's the main thing. You're likable.
yeah,
right?
likable,
Personable.
Personable,
I think
yeah, I
the
was just-
personable,
yeah.
and a big thing is like that people would want to work with you,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
like it doesn't even have to necessarily be likable. Someone who's like proven to be hardworking, helpful, coachable,
Knowledgeable.
trainable. Yeah, all those things wrapped up, I think, is like a good way to market yourself, so that because like it's a situation where like you might be at a job and then you make friends with someone who's like, hey, I know such and such that does this and that. And I think you'd be awesome for the job. Like if they didn't like you, they wouldn't be giving you those
Yeah.
opportunities.
I mean, that's how I have my job now.
Right. That's what
know?
I'm saying.
That's how. That's a big thing with the lineman industry and the union is who you know and how like you got a friend who's in California, you got a buddy who's in Florida, you got a buddy here. The saying is for that is telephone, telegraph, tell a lineman. Because
That's cool.
your reputation gets to you gets to a place you're going before you do.
Yeah. It's the same
Right.
concept. So even in your line of work where like it is still you still have to go through the ranks to get where you're at.
Yeah.
Like there's no getting around the requirements.
No,
But even still, once you're there,
Yeah.
that reputation and that kind of
Yeah.
what you know versus who you know thing is still very important.
I know
Facts.
guys who will quit because they don't like their crew.
Yeah.
And if that company wants to hire those guys and have those guys work with them, I don't want to be a part of it.
Right.
I'll go work with guys that I like working with.
I have
See?
one other saying.
What do you got?
Speaking of golf, you're good from there.
That's a good one.
that means that you maybe chipped in or had a shot in that's semi close to a putt. You don't actually have to putt it, and they'll say you're good from there, meaning that you don't have to take the putt and potentially miss it and make it. You're good from there is the one that I just thought of.
And I never say that.
And yeah, you don't. Oh my god, I wanted to fucking sock this guy.
Because I made him putt it twice or 2 or 3 times, and he missed all of them.
So I said to him maybe twice before this, I said, you're good from there. Literally, you're good from there.
No.
I get up to one, and I walk up to one.
False.
We're playing
That's just never happened.
We're playing a scramble against each other, so I think I'm on Tom's team.
Yeah.
And I go in, and I'm like wicked close. He should have said it. I give like a one leg's in the air. I'm like sideways. I tap it. I miss the putt, and he goes, oh, that counts, right?
No, I didn't say that counts,
Yeah.
right? I said finish it out.
Fucker. Same thing.
Dude, okay, here's what
Same
I'll say.
thing.
Here's what I'll say to that. Here's what I'll say to that. If you're like a normal person and can hit putts within 3 feet, then yeah, take them all. I'm not just giving them to you if you'll miss all of them.
You guys were also up like 7 holes at that point.
Irrelevant.
It's so relevant, you fuck.
Keep the foot on the gas pedal.
No.
The round is not over.
Don't play scramble against this guy.
I want to make it 30. I didn't cheat.
I knew that was going to get you.
Nonsense.
What else we got, Gay?
All right. So we're done with it. We got all our honorable mentions out. Best top favorite expressions. I like that one. If everything's
I like
jelly,
that one, too.
If everything's jelly, let it jam. Tattooed.
You're good from there.
Get it. You're good from there. Get your hand off me.
There you go.
You can use it in that way too.
Just
Yeah,
Get
you're
a jar
good
of
from there.
Smuckers just tattooed right on your chest or something.
Yeah. If everything's
Great.
jelly, let it jam.
I did want to get a tattoo. I might get one in.
You should do one like get like some jam coming out of your mouth as a tattoo.
Wait,
Like Winnie the Pooh, just like.
should we do it Clear the Air? Because I was about to say something that's related to Clear the Air. We haven't done Clear
All
the Air
right,
yet.
yeah, let's do it.
Clear the Air. I might get a tattoo when I go to Portugal in September.
Well, you didn't tell. You didn't even.
When? We're going to
You
Portugal.
didn't even tell him.
Me and Eric are going to Portugal.
Just
people.
the two of us. We're going for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Man, could you imagine?
One bed. We're going with our
The
ladies.
2 of us go to Portugal for 3 weeks. No, yeah, we're going a little
Portugal.
little couples trip.
Couple trip, but I do want to get. I think I'm gonna get a tattoo when I'm there.
You gonna get tatted?
Yeah.
What are you gonna get?
I want to get one. I don't know yet. I really don't know what I'm gonna get yet, and I also don't know where. I'm thinking either here, or maybe my leg.
No,
Is leg
don't
weird?
do your leg.
Is leg
Leg's
weird?
not that weird
It's not
if it's
weird,
if
but
it's cool, but
You're like
I got-
trying to hide it at that point.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want it like. I don't want it like. in my
Spent that money.
fucking
Let that
neck.
puppy sing.
I know.
yeah, but I think we are at a point in society where as long as it wasn't as long as it wasn't like neck up or wrist down on your hands, I think you'd be good. Like you can get one forearm, you can get
maybe
one
forearm.
yeah.
But I also don't know what the fuck to get.
But that's what I will say. Do give that serious thought because
Yeah.
don't get a tattoo just to get a tattoo.
No, I don't. But so I've wanted to get a tattoo for a while. I haven't known what the hell I want to get a tattoo of, but I also know that I want to get it for something that's meaningful and also ideally somewhere that's important. And I feel like this would be a fucking sick trip to do it.
Get one.
It's also the 1 year for me and the missus.
Get one of Stella.
What do you mean?
Get one of
Just
her
a
face.
dog?
Portrait
Yeah.
of your dog.
Yeah.
I
Get a
don't
little
know.
face of hers right here. What?
I don't know.
I don't always. I will say I don't always agree with like the has to have a meaning. Has to have a meaning. Like
I don't think it necessarily has to have a meaning,
Like
but
if-
I think getting a tattoo, like wanting to get your first tattoo just so that you can have a tattoo.
oh yeah, that's different. But
Yeah.
like, but
Get
if
the
you
ball rolling.
yeah, I mean if your plan is to do a sleeve and you want your sleeve to look badass, that doesn't have to have a meaning.
Yeah, that's
Right.
true.
You just
Right.
want a badass sleeve.
Like you
I
can
don't
like
wanna
if I was gonna connect all these, I would tell them just to do like a design around,
Yeah.
and it didn't really matter that much what it was as long as it looked cool.
Yeah.
So that's along that vein. But what I guess more so my point was like to get that first tattoo just to say like, oh, now I have a tattoo.
That's not the reason why,
All right.
though.
Why do you want to get one then?
Because I just want to. I do want to just. I do want to just get one. But I want to. But the thing is, I want to just get one. But I also want to get one that's meaningful, and I want to get one for like a cool memory. Like I'm saying, like
Yeah.
for the trip.
Well, that's what the mountains that I have on here. I thought
know,
it was
that's
a
a cool
cool.
idea.
It was of the picture I took while I was there,
Right.
and I never forget.
I have a buddy everywhere he goes
but
and
I
gets a
haven't.
tattoo.
That's what I have been
Yeah.
doing. I got this one in Florida. I got this one in Italy. I got this one in Austria.
Austria.
Actually, technically, I got it in Prague, and the picture is from Austria.
He has a butt tattoo too. People, you want to see it?
I do.
Yeah.
No.
Instead of a hot
I'm
dog.
not gonna show him.
Maybe one of the.
It's a safety cone.
Maybe if you lose the challenge. Maybe if you lose the challenge, you have to moon the camera.
Ooh, we should do that. We should do whoever wins the challenge today gets to decide the other person's tattoo
No.
That's a great idea.
on the butt.
The safety cone near your butthole, it says scramble.
Yeah, yeah, one of the little signs. No scatter.
No scatter.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Get it right next to your
Yeah.
ass, a sign that just says scatter. That's funny.
I mean, that's a pretty good tattoo.
Damn it, I fucked
That'd
up
be
the
hilarious.
punchline.
Yeah, you should get that. Scatter. That's funny. All right. Well, we'll do some more
figure
tattoo
it
talk
out.
as we get closer. But yeah,
Tattoo talk.
we are going to Portugal.
Portugal.
I'm very
I
excited.
can't wait.
Very excited.
I can't freaking wait.
We got a ways to go on that though. Well, not really that long.
It's
3
not
months,
very
but
long.
still. Anyway.
Oh,
Wait, was that your clear the air?
yeah.
What? Just that you.
Just going to Portugal.
Oh yeah.
Tattoo.
And I want a tattoo.
Yeah.
Tom, are you busy the 4th?
Oh no, I'm
can cut
coming.
this
I
out.
forgot to tell you, I'm coming.
Coming?
Yeah.
All right, cool. With Jess?
Yes.
What are we making plans on the podcast?
No, we'll
Let's
cut it out.
Do that
We'll cut-
after.
no, we'll cut it out.
No, we'll leave it in now.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I will.
All right. Don't fucking cut that out, bitch.
I will.
Don't.
You
All right.
don't have to. I'm coming.
So we got the Ask Friend cleared away. Best top favorite cleared away.
Clear away.
I have a clear the air. Just time off in general. Like
PTO?
in general. I mean, my company thankfully is pretty good about it. Like if it's like a silly little day here and there, I don't usually get charged for it. But like the fact that we're required to work all year and are given like a week of our time or 2 weeks of our time back, it's
I know.
wild.
I didn't really like feel it until my company got all switched up recently, and now I'm like I have like literally like 14 hours of PTO for like.
Isn't that
to
crazy?
take.
For a year.
Yeah, like like it accumulates over the time,
But
but
even
even
still.
still, like it's like Jesus Christ, like that's like 2 days if I need to take a time off. It's fucking stupid.
Well, and the fact that we even like the companies that offer like 2 weeks, people are like, oh, that's pretty good. It's like what out of your whole year
Yeah, I
you
know.
get 2 weeks off? That's crazy. My shout out Aziz, Beast from the Middle East.
Disease.
In his country, he gets like a month and a half. It's like 45 days or something, and he's required to use it all.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I want to be there.
There are some
be nice.
benefits
I wanna do that.
of living in that part of in that neck of the woods.
There are some benefits. There
I
are a
miss
lot
that
of
fucking
negatives.
guy.
Yeah, he tossed around the idea of potentially going to Portugal,
Really?
but it's not gonna happen
Why not?
because he'll be like a month out of his 2-week-long honeymoon.
So?
He's got 45 days. It's the bigger thing is whether or not the new wife can take time off. She's a doctor.
She's a doctor. I mean, fucking, that'd be fun.
I know. I'm just saying. I don't think he's gonna be able to do it.
I wish he could. I wish he could. That'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
So that's my
I love
query there.
that
Just time off in
little
general.
regret.
I just think it's like us and like Japan are the only two countries where they're like you don't get to go home.
I know.
Yeah.
It's
So
bullshit.
anyway, Tommy, you got anything for clear the air?
Yeah.
What do you got?
My clear the air is when they put the toilet paper dispenser too close to the toilet in
Or too
public
far.
bathrooms or too
Bad
far.
placement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the guy putting it in didn't think about like maybe if I had to sit on this, how much of a pain in the ass it would be to have the toilet paper roll squeezed
Yeah,
up
too
against your
close.
hip.
I feel like is more of an issue for me at least.
Sometimes I have to
No,
sit
too
sideways.
far. Too close is a pain in the ass, but too far, then I have to get up, and then I got everything fucking getting all.
Then I'll just take the whole thing off, and I'll just fucking I'll take the whole roll off and just set it on my leg.
So do you do toilet paper over, or do you do it incorrectly?
Over.
Over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But if it's too close, you gotta like put your legs together and everything's getting
Yeah,
squished
no, I like.
together. and-
Yeah, no, then that's why I have to turn, which is
Yeah.
a pain in the ass.
Yeah,
And sometimes
you're
the
sideways.
sometimes the stalls are too close, and then the
And then your
seat's
legs
not built.
touching up against the stall.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Ugh.
Gross.
Yeah,
Gross.
that's my clear the air. I fucking hate when they do that.
Yeah, that's.
I think
just
small,
rude.
not only that, but just like small, like tight areas in general are a huge fucking nuisance.
I agree.
Just like if you're in a tiny little stall.
You get
You remember the sidebar? You remember the bathroom I demolished in London?
No.
Not-
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like literally, like it wasn't like from using the bathroom in a normal way. I like destroyed this room. So they had this. So we were on a bit of a bender that trip.
That's such a funny way to. Put it.
We were heavily tired.
Heavily tired. Because
Very
I
intoxicated.
blame my Fred
Yeah,
Chester.
all day, all night of the entire trip, literally.
Yeah, we were drinking nonstop.
So anyway, super hungover from the night before.
Tired.
Yeah, super tired from the night before. And then we were like, the way to get ourselves out of that was to slam these tall
more.
beers. Yeah, like aggressively drink more. So we drank like a bunch more tall
Hair of the
beers
dog.
really fast. And then I'm like, man, I think I just got to throw up. So I went in this bathroom
Like
of a
10:30
restaurant that I wasn't a patron of. I didn't even ask because I know a lot of times they'll say like, oh, you have to be a customer. My thing that I do when I'm on vacation like that, I pretend like I'm just ignorant. I walk in and walk straight to the bathroom. And if they stop me, so
That's
be
his
it. But
thing.
yeah, it is, dude. Because you guys always say, oh, there's nowhere to piss. I'm like, I will literally just walk in this restaurant, walk straight to the bathroom.
Yeah,
and
what
use
are
it.
they gonna do?
Right. So like once I'm already in there with the door locked, like it's game over. I'm taking my piss and then I'm done.
I was just gonna say one of the sayings that I forgot to write down.
Hold that thought.
Yeah.
So I blitzed in, went to the bathroom. I actually found like a cheeky like side door
Cheeky.
where like like outdoor patio. If a restaurant has, they'll have like another exit where servers come in and out of. So I slid in that door, walked down these steps so I didn't have to go through the front. Used the bathroom, tiny little stall, and
It's your
I threw up all over not only like all over the toilet seat, but all over the ground all around it. And they had this like little mini sprayer, like they have on like the sinks and shit.
Yeah.
Like they just had that attached to the toilet for some reason. So I grab it. I'm like, oh, this
Let's call
is
the bidet.
yeah. No, it wasn't. A bidet is attached. This is like a handheld like sprayer. If it was a bidet, so be it. It had a button, so someone else had pressed it previously.
You put it on extra strong.
So I grabbed it and I'm spraying the toilet, and some of it's getting in the toilet, the rest of it's getting on the ground. So I'm trying to clean up the bathroom, and what it
gross.
turned into was no joke. Like the floor like dipped in this area, so it was a full like inch of water mixed with throw up, and then I
Ew.
just set the thing in and I left. Didn't say anything to anyone. Someone definitely walked in like 10
What
minutes later
the
and was
hell?
like, "What happened in here?"
That's a crap.
Water all on the ground, throw up all on the ground. I felt bad about it, but at the same time, it's like, what am I? You know what I mean? I'm not sticking around to pay for this.
Yeah, no, you got to get out of there.
Yeah, I got out of there really quick.
What
You
are
know
they gonna do? Take away your birthday?
Yeah, yeah.
That's one of the sayings. Can't believe I forgot.
Take away your birthday.
Yeah, it's something
Yeah.
they can't ever take away from you.
What are you gonna do? Take away your birthday?
Yeah.
I like that.
That trip was a shit show.
It was. It was. So anyway, all right. So was your clear of the air
I'm done. Yeah.
done?
That's it.
Satisfied?
We're Tommy
So-
2 cent time?
Yeah, we're down to all we have left is Tommy's 2 cents. We are going to have Tommy hop in, give you his financial advice of the week.
Credit cards.
Today we're
Topic
talking
of the day.
credit cards.
Credit cards.
Credit cards, the magic card. You swipe it and you get a bunch of free shit.
You say, "Oh, I'm going to pay for
Tom's
this with
like,
my credit
no,
card."
no, that is not. That's why you are in credit card debt.
Eric, snap us out of it.
Technically, I mean,
That's what me and my stepbrother always joke. We call it the magic card. You
Yeah.
swipe it and you get free stuff. Zip it.
Snap out.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tommy 2 cents.
hi everybody. Today we're talking about credit cards, and I did a lot of research for today. I have like quite a few notes, so I'm gonna be looking at my phone again. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I didn't go to school for this. You're not paying me. These are just tips, tricks, and tools to help you get better with your finances or your 2 cents, whatever.
What's your credit score?
Like 800, I think.
Very good.
That's what I last looked at. Eric asked what my credit score was. Basically, I'm going to start from the beginning. Is how does a credit card work? What is a credit card? Some people don't have credit cards because they've heard bad stories. Some people don't know what it is. Some people got one and didn't really do any research. Some people did a lot of research. A credit card is more like an open-ended loan where you have a credit limit that you use, and then you have to repay every month. Otherwise, interest is applied. And you have that credit line always available to you. So it's like a revolving credit. It's not like a standard loan where you get a set amount of money, you pay it off till it's done, and then you're back to zero. You get credit card statements every month. Statements will show past balance, current balance, minimum payment, and the due date of all your transactions, what you owe, how much interest is being applied, stuff like that. That's what you see in your monthly statement every month when you get your credit card bill. That was bad.
That was great.
Basically, how it works is when you swipe it, the credit issuer pays for it. It's not like your debit card where it's tied to your checking account and your bank account. When you buy something with your debit card, it comes directly out of that fund. It's like writing a check, but way faster. A credit card, the credit issuer pays for it, fronts you the money, and then you're required to pay them back. If you don't do it fast enough, it's with interest. At the end of the billing cycle is when you're required. I have said this already, but any unpaid balance will have interest applied to it. This is how the banks and lenders, they make money off of you having a credit card. I want to reiterate that. That's how they make money when you have a credit card. You don't want to pay interest, ever. Don't ever pay them money. You don't want to pay anybody money. I reiterate that all the time, but
What don't they want to do, Tom?
you don't want to pay anybody any money. Don't give your money away. Don't let them have it. Don't be done with it. You want all your money. You don't want to pay anybody anything. You want to take that money that you would have paid them and make yourself more money with it, or do better stuff with it, stuff for you. That you don't want to make that money. Screw that. A lot of people have trouble finding a credit card. It's a sales tactic. I mean, they just, we'll give you this amount if you spend this much. And I mean, the main thing you have to look for, the rewards you're going to get for the amount of money that you spend, the price per year of the actual credit card, because a lot of credit cards come with annual fees, the interest on held balances, which is a lot of times tied to your credit score. How simple and easy. This is something I think is underrated. This is my last point on this. I'm sorry, second to last point is how simple and easy it is to use the interface to pay the credit card back. I remember, like, when I was a kid, my mom would get the paper mail, and then she'd fill out a check, and then she'd mail it off, and I hope it got there. And if it didn't, it'd be a phone call or another letter that you were late. That's difficult. You don't know immediately. I mean, the way that I do it is I have Bank of America. A lot of people have a stigma towards Bank of America. They've always done right by me, but I also have Bank of America credit cards because it's all right there in the app. It's super easy to use. I can transfer my money over so that when I buy something with my credit card, I can pay it off immediately. I don't have to go through 4 different apps. I don't have to go through 3 different paying services or hope the money got there, wait 3 days, 3 business days, whatever. Everything's all in one place. It's super easy to keep compiled and keep it organized. You also have to look for a credit card that some people do this worse than others, but sometimes they have late payment or no payment penalties. So on top of the interest that you have to pay of not paying at the end of the month, you also have to pay an additional fee for not paying for that month. You should always be at least making the minimum if you can't cover the full amount. But we will get into that farther down the road. This is just to look into the credit card, that big stack of paper that they give you when you sign your life away. You need to read that. That's important stuff. You can cliff note it a little bit, but you're basically looking for all those different points, trying to see how your money is going to be used, how your money is going to be, because at the end of the day, you're spending money and they're covering you for it. But they're trying to make money off of you. So you need to see what fits your lifestyle, your habits the best. Once you've found the card that you sign your life away to, in my opinion, I wouldn't use your debit card anymore. I just wouldn't. Your debit card is directly tied to your checking account. If somebody steals that, it's gone. A credit card, the issuer fronts the money. If it's not something you bought, somebody stole your credit card information, that's the chance they're taking. That's the risk that they're taking. But that's why they charge you interest when you don't pay them back at the end of the month. It's because they're taking the risk for you. The other thing is, if you're going to spend the money anyway, why not get points on it? Because every credit card gets miles and points and stuff like that and rewards. If you're going to spend the money, why not get the rewards and then just pay the money back before interest happens so that you're not paying the bank more money. Make them pay you money on the money that you're spending anyway. I'd put a little sidebar in there that miles can be okay. Some people use miles every day, and that makes more sense for them. In my opinion, miles is an unforgiving currency. They can change the amount of miles it costs for a flight. There's no set limit. The dollar to miles doesn't always add up, and they can take them away at any time. So if you get a cash rewards, that'd be favorable, because the dollar's always green, and if you get cash, you can just buy plane tickets with that as well anyway. Eric has a question.
Eric has a question. So, speaking back to when you were talking about finding like the right credit card for you, different credit cards will also offer an increase in points for specific types of purchases, right?
Yes.
So if you're someone who's a foodie, you're always going out to restaurants, maybe look for a card that offers bonus points back on all food-related purchases.
Yeah.
Some credit cards have like specific gas-related rewards where you get 1% back on everything and then 5% back on all gas purchases.
Yeah.
So if you're someone who drives a lot, travels a lot, spends a lot on gas, maybe just look for a credit card that suits your spending and your lifestyle.
So I will say one of the Bank of America cards that I have is a cash rewards card, and it's 3%, 2%, 1%. It's 3% cash back on food and groceries, 2% gas back on gas, and 1% cash back on everything else. So, I mean, I drive a lot for work, and I do most of my grocery shopping at the grocery store. I do most of my food shopping at the grocery store. So that just makes sense for me, because those are some of the biggest bills at the end of the month is gas and groceries. The other thing that I wanted to say, I don't know if I should have put that there.
That's what she said.
That is what she said. I put this point in here because I said to use your credit card like a debit card, I believe. And this point is that emergencies should be paid for with your emergency fund. I've talked about it in the past from that savings account. That emergency fund is for things that you don't expect to happen. So, I'm not saying to use your debit card, because you could just as easily use your credit card, transfer the money from your savings into your checking, and then pay for the credit card with that. But that's where that money should come from. You shouldn't stress yourself out for those emergencies. You should just work to save up afterwards. I think that's why I put that point in there. That might be a little bit confusing, because that really didn't have anything to do with how to use the card. This is a huge one. This is my next topic. How does having a credit card affect your credit score? There's a whole bunch of different factors. Basically, a credit score is banks and lenders' ability to prove that you are good with your money or your loans. You pay back things that you take. Credit worthiness. That's the right word. Basically, they're doing a background check into your entire life's credit. Not credit card, credit as a whole. Loans, payments, everything. The biggest factor that a credit card has on your credit score is the payment history. It's the highest weighted factor at 35%. That's why I said earlier that you need to make the minimum payment at least every month. If you're missing payments, then you need to make a plan and get organized, because that is what's hurting your credit score. Even if you've missed one, it's 35% is a huge number for a total weighted average. One or two here and there might not be a big deal in the moment, but when you go to apply for that loan, now you're paying 6% interest instead of 3% interest. Eric?
Now, Tom, you don't necessarily believe in auto pay, but if you are a more forgetful person, maybe it would be advantageous to set your minimum payments on auto pay, so that at the very least you know that minimum payment is going to be made no matter what, rain or shine, every single month.
Yes. That is
if you're not someone who's diligent about your payment schedules.
That's a huge thing. And I mean, I will put a little caveat in there. I don't believe in auto pay, because you need to be invested in your money. But if you are forgetful and you can't make that plan and you can't stick to that schedule, then that is something you need to do, because you cannot have missed payments. You cannot have late payments. If you're late by more than 30 days, that affects your credit score so hugely. You cannot have that. These are the basics, and it stinks to say, but if you screw that up, then we need to start from scratch. Basically, you need to pay on time every month, or don't use it. I mean, now you have to use it too, because that affects it too. But I just talked about that. Credit utilization rate. That's the next. Credit utilization rate is the next highest thing at 30%. So credit utilization rate is the amount of money that you owe, or the amount of money you have to pay back, compared to the amount of money of credit, revolving credit, from a credit card that is awarded to you.
Essentially balance versus available credit.
Yes. So they give you like a flat number. It says to keep your credit utilization. I mean, I did a bunch of research. I did like 2.5 hours of research on this. You need to keep your credit utilization lower than 30%. And then if you want like one of the higher credit scores, you need to keep your credit utilization at 7%. That means that if you're holding a balance, it needs to be below 30% or 7% of the amount of total credit that you have. So I don't have flat numbers, but if you have a $15,000 credit line on your credit card and you use 10 grand, then your credit utilization is 66%. Good example. Yeah.
Like, for those numbers that you said before,
Yeah.
use 1,000 as a round number. If your available credit on your credit card, especially for people first starting out, is $1,000,
Yeah.
10% of that to be in a good sweet spot would be $100. You don't want to use more than $100 of that credit. Now, if you want to have decent credit, you
Yeah.
can use up to 300 of that.
Yeah.
But if you start getting up to 500, 600, 700 out of 1,000, if you're up to that 60, 70% in the credit utilization rate, that's when it will start to really negatively impact your credit score.
Yeah, exactly. 7% of 1,000 is $70.
Right.
Think about that. That's how much you owe the credit card company at the end of the. If your credit line is $1,000, you can only have $70 that you owe them sitting on your card.
And bump that up to 10 grand. If you have a
yeah.
10 grand limit, it's 700.
That's
you don't,
not a lot of money.
Yeah.
If you want to keep, if your goal is to boost your credit score, and that's what you're worried about, is this section in the credit score. I mean, the balance on the card is not a good thing.
Think of credit cards less as a failsafe for not having enough money and more as a tool to build your credit to then go on and make your bigger life purchases via house, car, things like that.
Yeah, exactly. That credit score is going to help you immensely over time to be able to get what you want, but you need to prove to banks and lenders that you are able to pay them back and do it in a timely fashion when you agreed to, when you signed your name, and also do it smart. I mean, you can't put yourself in debt every month after month, because a lender's not going to give you. I mean, they give you $1,000 and you carry a $500 limit. A lender's not going to give you 300 grand for a house and be like, oh yeah, we're going to get our money back. It's just that's what the credit system is for. A lot of people think that keeping a balance on your card will give you a better credit score. It will help you more. But me and Eric talked about this earlier. It's you can get away with not keeping a balance if you just learn how to do it and play the system, which is why we're here. Credit lenders report every month to a credit bureau, and that's basically like, he paid, this is how much he spent, this is the minimum payment, this was the due date, this is when I got the money, this is how much of it he paid, this is his utilization, and stuff like that. So if you can call your credit card company and ask when they report to the bureau. You can then, I mean, if you have a credit card, you get your statement every month. If you use your credit card to the time that they report, then pay it off after they report it, but before the date that it's due, now the lender is saying, yes, he's paid me for next month.
And he's using his card.
And he's using his card. So now that it shows that he can take money from us, and then he will pay it back, and he does it in a timely fashion, in full, every month.
And you're still not paying any interest.
And you're still not paying any interest because you don't owe them money at the end of the month. But now it looks like to the credit bureau, okay, such and such is good with his money. because he uses it and then he pays it back, and then he uses it and then he pays it back, and then he uses it and then he pays it back every single month, month after month. That's why I want you to think of the credit card. That's why I want you to use the credit card instead of a debit card, because you're going to use that money either way. So gas, I don't know. I spend $100 a week on gas. I spend $100. After they report it, I pay it off. I spend $100. After they report it, I pay it off. Back and forth, back and forth. I borrow the money, I give back the money. I borrow the money, I give back the money. Credit lenders look at that and go, okay, if I give him money, he's going to pay me back. The other thing that I wanted to talk about, to people who, I mean, I hear this kind of often actually, because people in my job don't necessarily know as much about money, or they don't take the time to learn it, or they don't have somebody to teach them it. A lot of people go, I don't want a credit card. I just pay for everything in cash. Oh, well, what about then I go, what about your credit score? And they go, well, I got my house. That's all I need, right? No, because having a credit card gives you a credit mix. A mix of installment loans, which is like personal loans, auto loans, house loans, and then that revolving credit. Because if you can prove to lenders and banks that you can do both, and you can juggle both, and you can pay back both every month, month after month after month, that's good. That's where we get the high credit score numbers.
That's at least, what, 10 to 15% of your factored into your credit is that mixed use.
Yeah,
it's
10% to your FICO score, which is that's a number everyone uses. So
if you have a credit card, an auto loan, a house loan,
Yeah.
and something else, maybe another credit card. If you can have 4 different types of credit lines and they're mixed uses, like you said, some installments, some revolving.
Yeah.
That's ideally where you'd like to be.
Yeah, exactly. We talked about. I'm just going off points here, so don't mind my horrible whatever. But 10% of your FICO is that mixed credit, and how well you are at basically traversing the market of paying back your loans. The last thing that I was saying, things that affect your credit score, is the length of credit. By that I mean how long your accounts have been open, how long you've been in good standing, how long you've been paying back month after month after month, or at least the minimum.
So on that, maybe for someone that doesn't have a credit card, while adding new credit can sometimes impact your credit score,
Yes.
getting that length of credit history started as soon as possible is huge. It's going to be a little bit slower of a game, but if you can get a credit card now, and then in a year from now, you all of a sudden have a year's worth of credit history versus none, that's going to be more beneficial to you than never getting a credit card.
Yeah, these things, there's no like do all fix all to your, like if you have I'm 500, 550, 600, 700, and you want to get to an 800, there's no like do all like, oh, here, do this, and it's going to give you 150 points next month. You know what I mean? It's just, that's not how it works. It's proven over time how well you can do that. So on to what Eric was talking about, is keeping cards or closing them, because a lot of people have a credit card. Do you want to say something? Oh, some people get a credit card and then they won't ever use it, and then they'll close it. So that can hurt you. If you keep those cards open, then the length of your time with that card, the credit length, is longer. You have to keep that account going. So, we'll get to that. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I screwed up there, but
Sorry.
whatever.
There's another factor to that too of why not to close them.
Oh, because I got to get to there too. It's not I got my points laid out, but a little goofy. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Credit utilization. Opening a new card, like Eric said, can hurt your credit. But that's just because they do a hard insight to your credit, and that always hurts your credit. You can bounce back from that in a month. That's just like, something's happening with his credit. Let's lower the number really quick, just in case. Oh, he paid back everything. Nothing really else changed. He opened a new credit card. Not a big deal. We'll bump his credit score back. That's how the Bureau does it. It's like it is month by month. So they have to change month by month based on what you do. So if you get a hard insight to your credit, that's the reason it goes down a little and then it goes back up. Opening a new credit card can lower your credit utilization rate. So remember what we said about how much credit line you have versus how much you owe. If you open a new card, that increases your credit available, your limit, which if we do math, if we went from 10,000 to 100,000, that doesn't happen, but easy numbers. And you had $700. Now you went from 7% to 0.07%. Yeah. So opening that new credit card can help your credit utilization rate. And like we said earlier, that's 30% of your credit score as opposed to the 10% of your credit score, which is the length of time your credit has been open. So that new card will affect you greater than it will hurt you.
Closing a card will do what in converse to that?
That's the next data point.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. This is something me and Eric are both real passionate about. So he's chiming in, but he could also sit right here and tell you the exact same thing I'm telling you. Closing a credit... Ow. God damn it.
Dangerous.
The vice got your ass.
Closing a credit card that you don't use anymore is not recommended. Because what happens is the direct opposite of what we just talked about. If you close that card, it actually hurts you twice because it lowers your credit utilization rate. So it bumps that number up, which is 30% of your credit score, if we remember. And it also closes that card. So your length of time for that credit line is now shortened because it's ended. So now you're getting hurt by 40% instead of getting hurt by 10% and helping by 30, as opposed to opening a new card. That's not to say open 7 credit cards. I mean, I have 2 credit cards. That's all I need. That's all you probably need. Unless you have a business, then you might need a 3rd credit card. But that's about as far as I would go, is 2 credit cards and maybe a 3rd if you had a business. But then you wouldn't be listening to me in financial advice. What you do with those credit cards that you don't use anymore, instead of closing them, this is, again, like we said, if you have that self-control, then you put something like a revolving payment, like a monthly gym membership, whatever, $30 a month, and then you pay it off every month. But you have to stay on top of it, especially on a card that you don't use very often. If you don't use it very often and it's in another app, it's like a Chase card or whatever, and it's over here on your iPhone as opposed to right in front with your banking app. That's why I talked about earlier having those nice credit cards all in the same app, that just making it super easy for you to use. But if you do those, then those accounts stay active, your credit utilization stays high, and your length of time with that credit gets bigger and bigger and bigger until you go and make that huge purchase, which helps your credit immensely, as opposed to closing that card and hurting yourself 40% on your credit score. This last one's about paying credit cards and paying off debt. This is a touchy subject for some people. A lot of people don't like talking about it. Honestly, I'll talk to anybody and any person anywhere about any kind of money. I don't care if you got 30 million or you got $3. I don't care. It's not something to be ashamed about. It's something that you don't have enough understanding about and you need to learn. And if you can find somebody that's cool and wants to teach you, then you should talk to them about it. You shouldn't be ashamed about this. This subject is about paying off debt and making sure you keep your credit card bills paid. I made a comment before about how I pay my credit cards, and I do it every time I get paid, every week, right? So that goes back to earlier when we talked about doing it after they report and then before the monthly payment. If I do it every week, it falls somewhere in between, either before or after one of those weeks. So I fall into there. Me and Eric talked about it. He told me to do it, and I was like, wait, I do that not even knowing it. But I pay mine off every week because it's really easy for me to go, oh, I got paid today. Let me open the bank. This is how much I owe. This is how much I have. This is how much savings I have. This is what I owe on my credit card. So then I can just move that money right to the credit card because it's what I spent on what I would have spent anyway last week. So I move that money, pay that credit card right off. And at some point, the credit issuer goes, okay, well, he has a $100 balance on his credit card, even though he paid it off on Wednesday of the 1st, Wednesday of the 7th, Wednesday of the whatever, I don't know, 16th, whatever, 14th. I show that I take money from the issuer before the statement goes out to the bureau, and then I pay it off before my monthly payment is due, so that I never owe, I never pay interest, And then also it shows the bureau that I use money, and then I give it back.
Now, for someone like yourself, you get
Yes.
paid weekly. I would
Yes.
say most people probably don't get paid weekly.
That's true. I don't know about the whole.
I think most people probably get paid bi-weekly, I think is the average.
Some people get paid monthly, and that's tough.
So even still,
Yeah.
whether you get paid weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, the most important thing, I would say the biggest takeaway from that payment schedule would be make sure that you're not spending more on the credit card than you will have budgeted to pay it off at the end of each month,
Yeah.
bi-weekly or weekly.
So that's a big thing about having a credit card, and I think I said this earlier, but you need to have a budget. We talked about this last episode where you can print off one of those budgets on they're free. They're just Excel spreadsheets that people have dressed up. They're free on Google Docs, whatever. Just print out 12 of them. Do one every month. I mean, it takes 5 minutes to do. Just be honest with yourself. I spend money on this. I spend money on this. Because if you're not honest with yourself, who can you be honest with? You know what I'm saying?
True.
But you need to do that so that you know where your limit is. You need to know your limits. I've said this like 3 weeks in a row, but budgeting and financing is like being on a diet. You constantly need to know what you can give away so that you know what you can take, and you won't put yourself in a hole and be 254 pounds trying to lose 30 pounds. You know what I mean? It just is what it is.
But back to the bi-weekly monthly thing, like say you were personally to put $500 a week on your credit cards between all your daily expenses, right?
Yeah.
That's $2,000 a month. If you only got paid monthly, it'd be the same thing. You'd just
Yeah.
be putting $2,000 on per month,
Yes.
and then that $2,000 from that monthly paycheck would go right to that to pay it off.
Yeah, and if I overspent, like let's say I budgeted $2,000 a month for my credit card, and at the end of the month I got paid, and I got to pay $2,500 on my credit card. Now I need to really look into what I spent on my credit card to make sure and see where I screwed up. This is the new style of what is it called? What you do the thing with your checkbook? Yeah, it's
Balancing.
like balancing your checkbook. An old school way was on a sheet with a pen and paper, but now we can do it on our phones. You need to know what you overspent on so that you can either try and next week not spend as much so that you're staying in your allotted budget, or you need to figure out what you screwed up on and what you weren't honest with yourself about on when you made your budget.
And these apps that we're talking about have great tools for this.
Yeah.
So like the Bank of America app, for one, you can go into a specific bank account. It'll tell you percentage-wise what you spent your money on.
Yeah.
Whether it was entertainment, bills, like it'll break it down for you and let you know exactly what percentage of your spending was on which subcategory.
It'll also tell you how much you spent compared to what you made in a month. So like you can look and be like, okay, well, I didn't do that well because I overspent. Now I know I need to live within this lifestyle. I mean, whatever, but you need to have that budget set out. The other thing I will say about paying bi-weekly or weekly as I do, it keeps your utilization low. So the credit utilization that affects 30% of your, saying it again, 30% of your credit score. If you do that, it keeps your utilization low so that whenever they report, if you've paid off every week, your utilization number is low so that the amount that you have available to you is high. That helps your credit score when they report to the bureau. We talked about that. Time? Yeah. This is my last section, but it's the longest. Sorry. If you do have credit debt, then it is super important that you do that budget and that you make it up for the month, because that is something you don't want to do. You don't want to pay the bank money because they're basically stopping you from paying off your own debt by charging you interest on it at such a high rate too, because a lot of credit cards are 22 to 26%. The way I like to do that is with the snowball process. That's attacking one card at a time. It can simplify your payments. Basically, if you have 2 cards with credit card debt or even 2 loans with credit card debt, you can use this anywhere. You pay off your highest interest loan first. You pay the minimum on everything else, and you take the rest of your budgeted money and you pay off that highest interest credit card loan first. And then when that's paid off, you take the payment that you were making there and you snowball it into the next one, the next highest interest. And you keep doing that until your interest is paid off. Because if you tried to split that 4 ways, you wouldn't gain any traction because the interest would keep fighting you all the way. But if you fought on the first credit card and you paid the minimum on the other 3, you could gain traction, finish it, and then snowball to the next one. Gain traction, finish it, snowball to the next one. Gain traction, finish it. I think that's it, actually. I think that's all I had. I condensed 3 little subtopics into one thing. I had some.
Snowballed it.
Yeah,
Snowballed it.
There you
I have
go.
one cheeky little trick for people as well. You were saying there's not really a catch-all to increase your credit a ton. There is one thing that you can do that is not maybe it's often overlooked. If you're married, particularly this would be for you, or engaged, or you're in some sort of long-term relationship where you have there's a intense amount of trust between you and another person, you can become an authorized user on their account.
Yes.
So if you say you're a guy who maybe doesn't have the best credit score, the wife has a really good credit score, you can become an authorized user on her credit cards. And as long as she continues to make her payments well, it can be risky, because if she decides to screw off one month and is late on her payments and it impacts her credit score, that'll impact yours. But if, like I said, if you have a level of trust with this person, you know that they're going to continue their good credit history or great credit history, you can jump on as an authorized user. Even if you never touch your card, them doing what they're supposed to do with their credit card will help increase your credit score. That's just a little tactic to help improve your credit, particularly if you're in a partnership of sorts with someone. But again, not a catch-all, not going to jump your score up 150 points overnight.
No.
And there's some risk associated, but it is a helpful tool if you trust the person enough, and their credit is strong enough, and you trust that they will continue to keep their credit that strong to where it would make enough sense to do.
The other thing I would say about that is, like, don't just do that and think, oh, yeah, my wife's got it. She pays the bills. My credit will be good eventually. You still need to practice good budgeting and good finances, and you need to learn this stuff.
Yeah, that is in addition to, not in lieu of.
Exactly. You can't just push it on somebody else.
Yep.
Finances are, unfortunately, you need to figure it out on your own, and with some help, we'll all get there.
Yep.
That was Tommy's 2 cents.
Tommy's 2 cents. You signing off for the people?
Yeah, that was a long one. I'm sorry it was long-winded. You want me to sign the whole thing off?
Yeah, sign the whole thing.
I don't want to do that.
Do it.
No.
Do it.
Take your
Say
shit.
it. Episode number 29 in the books, Tommy. Let the people
I'm
know.
not good at this.
Come on. 29.
Episode number 29 in the books. We'd also like to thank our sponsor,
29.
Lizard Mill Hot Sauce Company.
I heard the Liz has got an 875 credit score.
The Liz,
Higher than the max.
The Liz has a higher than the max credit score.
Yeah.
The dude has like 2 social security numbers. It's crazy.
No. If
Yeah,
the
no,
government's
it's crazy.
listening, he doesn't have to.
150 credit cards. Not one of them's maxed out. It's crazy.
They're all somehow TJ Maxx.
Yeah, it's crazy. One Best Buy though. You showed it to
All
me.
right, Tommy, let the people know if they can't watch, what can they do?
They can listen, man. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on Google Podcasts. We're on all the major streaming platforms.
Major platforms?
Yeah. We're on the YouTube, man. Come check us out. Come check out Lizard Mill Hot Sauce with code BWG10 at lizardmillhotsauce.com. Man, that's the best damn hot sauce I ever had. If you need to buy that with your credit card and then pay it off at the end of the goddamn month. That's it. We're signing out. See you later.
Monday.
That's right.